Welcome to session 22 of my Pillars of Eternity Lorethrough, being recorded on June 17th, 2023. We are currently in Brackenbury in Defiance Bay. Last session we visited the sanitarium over here, learned quite a bit about animancy, killed Modred. Well, actually a wict that came out of his chest killed Modred. He was the one that, I forget his name, a necromancer in the catacombs wanted us to kill so that he could tell us about Rowena, who, I'm starting to forget all these names, who somebody, an old adventurer, a friend of hers, wanted us to find. He thought that she was still alive, even though he saw her die 60 years ago. We also went to the charred barrel over here. There's some pirates and bandits in there, so I feel like something's going on that we don't really know about yet, but we don't know what that is yet. So we went there. We found Ingrid and Nanton. I wonder if they have something to do with this. They're the ones that we let go in Gilded Vale. So today, I don't know if we want to go into Host Dominel or not, because they hate us. There's the Hadret House and there's the Raymond Manor, so we should try and go into all those places and see what we can find. Also, we talked to his name, but we got a quest to recover an Ingwithan amulet, I think, from one of the people that works at the brothel in Andra's Gift. Okay. So let's check out Raymond Manor first.
All right, then.
Raymond Guard, Raymond Servant. Have The Light of Dawn, a Red Saren morality play. Part 1, Charity and Generosity. Okay, a little nervous here that if I read this now, then I won't remember what happens in the first part of the play once we find the second one, but I don't know, we can always reread it if we need to. Okay, so characters in order of appearance. There is a man, a male, a ghostly being, and a female, a ghostly being. Then we have a beggar and a starving man and an injured man. The setting is an empty field, no trees or buildings in sight. A man lies on the ground, center stage. He wakes slowly and looks around. Two ghostly beings approach him, a male from stage left and a female from stage right. Man: where am I? What has happened? Male: nothing has happened. Man: how did I get here? Female: you did not arrive. You are just here. What is going on? That was the man. Male and female: you are traveling. We will travel with you. They both reach out a hand to him insistently. He looks at them, not sure what to do. After a few moments of deliberation, he takes Male's hand and allows him to help. Male, aside to female: his soul is strong. This decision will be easy. Female, aside to male: such arrogance surely will be your undoing. They walk to the end of the stage and encounter a beggar, holding out a bowl. Will you help the needy? Will you hear the call of charity? What will you do for those less fortunate? Male: here is a beggar. What will you do? He has no food, no clothes. He is destitute and will surely die if no mercy is shown him. Female: surely he deserves no mercy. Look to his legs, do they not move? Look to his arms, can they not work? Look to his eyes, can they not see? Surely he can provide for himself. Male and female: what will you do? The man ponders for a moment, then reaches into his pocket and drops a coin in the beggar's bowl. Beggar: thank you, kind sir. May your charity come back to you in turn. Male and female: why did you give alms to this beggar? Man: I saw a man in need. It is not for me to say if he deserves mercy, only that I provide mercy if I am able. I have the means to help, so I help. If he has the ability to provide for himself and does not, that is on his head, not mine. If I can provide the light of dawn to a man in need, it is my duty to do so. Male, aside to female: he knows charity. even disguised as a beggar. His mind is open. Female, aside to male. Even those with an open mind can be closed down. Male and female. Let us continue our journey. They walk to the other edge of the stage, leaving the beggar behind. They approach the starving man, who puts out hands in supplication. Starving man. A crust, a morsel, please. Such generosity will not allow you to stand by and let someone starve. The male. The man is starving. What will you do? He is on the brink of death. Only an act of generosity will save him. Female. What need has this man that he cannot provide for himself? Why should you turn over that which you earned to one who has done no such act and who deserves nothing from you? Male and female. What will you do? Again, the man considers what he will do. He reaches into his pocket and retrieves a piece of bread and gives it to the starving man. Starving man. Thank you, good sir. May your generosity be returned to you tenfold. Male and female. Why did you give food to the hungry? Man. I saw a man who hungered. It is not for me to say if he deserves a morsel, only that I need to provide a morsel if I am able. I have the food to spare, so I give. If I can open a man's eyes to the light, it is my duty to do so. Male aside to female. He knows generosity, even disguised as a starving man. His heart is giving. Female aside to male. Even those with giving heart can be greedy. Male and female. We will continue our journey. So it seems to be a kind of a morality play. Raed Saren morality play, which I am enjoying here. Too often these days we hear that old, like, pick yourself up by your bootstraps. If you have arms and legs, then you can work kind of things, without realizing that that is not a thing that has always been around. You just kind of take it for granted, like it's something that people have been saying forever, and that is not the case. But also, there is so many examples of people who do lots of work, like way too much work, and still don't have the means to take care of themselves because people aren't willing to pay them what they need to actually survive. So I am enjoying this Raed Saren morality play, saying that even though somebody does have the means to get their own stuff, that doesn't mean you shouldn't help them if you have the means. So thank you. Alright, moving on. Lord Raymont is in here. The ledger lists quantities of wheat, copper, and weirwool. A deep crease along the spine suggests that the book never closes.
I can do that. That's settled.
Edir clothing. As Edir is located near Aora's equator, the Edirans favor clothing that is light, loose, and comfortable. Most of their garments are made of linen, often using the natural color of the fiber mixed with colorful dyes and bold, simple patterns. And if that suggests that Lord Raymont is from the Ediran Empire.
Hello.
Lord Raymond holds a shipping manifest in his well-manicured hands. Despite his expensive clothes, he has the sallow complexion of a restless air of a man who devotes all of his days and most of his nights to work. If you have business to discuss, make an appointment with my attendant. I don't have time for unexpected visitors. Tell me about yourself. He snaps the pages in his hands. I am lord of this house, and not prone to idle chatter. If you have no business here, I suggest you be off. He doesn't look up from his papers. I know I had the opportunity there to show him about the plot to rob him, but I don't know anything about these people yet, so I don't know if I want to let them know of this plot. Sprigs of dried lavender and rosemary infuse the kitchen with a fresh aroma. Lynette Raymont. Father never reads to me. He's always busy with his own books. The labels, all perfectly angled outward, boast an array of fine vintages. However, they're all coated in dust. I wonder if these are like garbage or something. This the thing over here in the corner. I've seen those in other places, I think. I'm gonna save before I go upstairs. Raymond's servant. The old serving woman regards you with bleary eyes. Begging your pardon, but I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to return downstairs. Visitors aren't permitted on the upper floor. Not gonna hit her. I'll go downstairs. Okay. Well, not much to do in here right now.
I'll grant you that animancy has had its failures, Balreach among them. But does that warrant attacks on innocent practitioners? Superstitious kith have spilled their share of blood.
That's no comparison. Animancers have the advantage of education, and with that comes authority and responsibility.
I have to say, it's wonderful to have someone to debate with. You'd think they'd be more welcoming of it at the Law College.
Or we could enjoy a glass of wine and a comfortable silence.
Library is complete. Oh, also, glad that happened because there's something else that I wanted to draw attention to. There's a prestigious visitor at our place. Aorn's still there. The library construction is completed. A messenger from Divine's Bay has arrived at Caed Nua. I feel like it might be time to return to Caed Nua and check out what's going on there. But first, let's build something else. Building the craft hall, arms your stronghold, providing you with weapons. I think I might want the craft hall here. Yes. Maybe the training grounds. Yeah, let's do the training grounds. The mortared stone wall is sheltered by the eaves. A knotty green vine climbs all the way up to an open window. 2 ornate shutters seem to beckon you in. I'm going to leave right now. I don't really have a good reason to go up there. And just because there are vines that go up there, I don't think Bjartur would be like, oh, let's go. And he was just kicked out. So we don't have any reason right now to not trust the Raymonts or anything. They are a noble family, which kind of makes me think that they aren't trustworthy. But I don't know for sure. So we'll just leave it for now. Wait, was that stealing? Let me grab some cocoa. The marble is cool and perfectly smooth. Droplets of crystal clear water bead the statues. Alright. Let's check out House Dominel. Is this House Dominel? Yes, it is.
Good day to you.
The burly guard eyes you warily. I don't recognize you. What business do you have with House Dominel? Tell me about House Dominel. It's an old and respected family. Much of Defiance Bay's prosperity is due to Dominel business activities. Now, do you have any further business here? I think this is the same letter here that I could have shown to Lorne Raymont, so I feel like I have to decide which person to show that to. Right now I'm leading towards Lord Raymont, but maybe there's some other option, so I'm going to keep it for now. Okay, so he just escorts us out. I am not going to push that any more than I have to. So let's go to the last place in Brackenbury, which is the Hadret House. So Hadret, I believe, is the family. Admeth Hadret was the leader of the Deerwood when they gained their independence from the Edir Empire. The marble at the base has been worn smooth by the passage of hundreds of feet. Oh, Dunrid agents, okay. So is this where they keep those papers that I need to look for? This map shows the environs surrounding Defiance Bay. Flags mark strategic access to points in the city. So are these all ciphers here? I think that's what these are.
Hello.
Curran. The Orland man is surrounded by books and scrolls. His wiry hair stands nearly on end and his ears prick up as you approach. You carry whispers. Caed Nua, Gilded Veil, old voices indeed. Yeah, I'm definitely going to take advantage of me being a cipher. You're a cipher, like me, I'm guessing? He grins, revealing a row of dagger-pointed teeth. You guess what you must surely know. My own modest abilities suggest that yours are most formidable. Would be quite useful here, of all places. His ears twitch downward. A pity, then, that my duties for Lady Webb require me to focus my talents elsewhere. He regards a table piled with scrolls. What brings you to Dunrid Row? Sure, it looks as though you could use some help. Curran wags a clawed finger. Not at liberty to discuss my work, unfortunately. Dunrid Row ears only. A civilian would need the confidence of Lady Webb before I could share. What are you so busy with? His small, furry hands gesture expansively in the papers before him. Hollowborn, growing unrest, and the ever-present political intrigues. With so many missing souls, missing persons are the last of our concerns these days. Tell me more about your skills. I check for soul connections, looking for lost things, missing things, or troublesome things, particularly where people of power and influence are concerned. I'm a cipher. In our Glanfath, we were once known as Brishelgwyn, Mind Hunters. Nice title, yes, but it wasn't until the Animancers began working with my kind 40 years ago that we truly understood our power. Now, we make some of the best detectives in the world. Tracing souls, we can look at a person and see where they have been, or look at a weapon and see who has touched it. His nose twitches as he looks at you. Useful for solving crimes, as you can imagine. I'm going to show him Penhelm's affidavit. Is this affidavit real? It's been signed by you. He holds the page but seems to stare through the words, as if it's something woven in the fabric of the paper. Curran bares his pointed teeth. I remember Penhelm, a preening peacock of a man, his mouth dry and his hands moist when I told him he was a sole descendant of an Adiran general, one who'd fought against Hadret's rebellion. He scans the affidavit. A forgery, and not the first I've seen. He hands it back to you, but I've no time for the knights and their obsessions. Bring this to his commander, Cleaver, and show him the seal. He points to the wax stamped by his forged signature. If he compares it with another, he should be able to spot the difference. Alas' gaze flickers to you. Doom a man for the soul the gods gave him? Seems rather unfair. That seems true, too. So, Penhelm's old soul was somebody who fought against the rebellion, and they're fighting with the Knights of the Crucible now, so the Knights of the Crucible probably wouldn't like that. So he forged it. Or wait. Yeah, because he was the sole descendant of an Adiran general that fought against Admeth's rebellion, but he didn't want the knights to know that, so he forged something that said otherwise. But Alas's right. Why doom somebody for the soul just because they were born with a soul that they were born with a soul that they didn't even know about to begin with? And that whole thing really makes me question the Knights of the Crucible. Why is that something that they look for? That you have to not only be a good person, but your previous souls had to be somebody agreeable as well. Since you don't have a say in which soul you're born with. So it's a chest, not garbage. Some of these vintages are even older than Defiance Bay. Either these notes are written in code or the author's handwriting is atrocious. A group of notes speculate about the identity and location of a secret sect in Defiance Bay.
A simple test. That's settled.
Some money.
I can do that. That's settled.
Fine leather armor. Affixed to the wall are leads in a case involving, apparently, a caravan that disappeared en route to New Homer. Okay, I think that's it here. Oh, there's an upstairs. The notes are scribbled in cryptic shorthand. Are they notes that are just on the wall? Ooh, what's this? Pictures of all manner of folk are pinned to this board alongside notes scribbled in an indecipherable shorthand. Oh, he had a book there, but no, it's just the money hidden in the bookshelf. Need a key to get into that door. Okay, that's everything in the Hadret House. So let's now head back to Caed Nua. Oh. So there's Penhelm. Alright, let's see how this plays out. Penhelm's face is white. Just talked to that little cipher, did you? One of my novitiates told me he'd seen someone in the records room. He takes a slow step toward you, extending his hand. Give me the affidavit. I've done nothing to you. His other hand comes to rest next to his sword. What does this mean to you? I kind of want to get a sense for who this guy is. Are you serious? This is my career. I've labored years for it. And it all hangs on some coincidence of a past life? Any Deerwooden, rich or poor, can aspire to a position in the Crucible Knights. Anyone can rise to the rank of high justice, except for those of us born with the wrong soul. Tell me how that's reasonable. I'm going to give it to him. He grabs it with a trembling hand. You have no idea what this means to me. He swallows. Thank you for seeing reason. Now do the same for Osric. Return his family breastplate. He hesitates, clutching the affidavit. I'm certainly grateful to you, but Osric earned his punishment and then sent you to take his anger out on me. Why should I do anything for him? Osric's family history is important to him, and he needs to get over it. You can see where being stuck in the past has gotten him. Anyway, I must report back. Thank you again. Well, that's too bad. I wonder if there was a way to convince him there. I'm very tempted to reload the save and choose different choices, but I'm going to stick with what I do with my choices this time. I know I decided to snuff out a candle earlier in the playthrough, but I don't know, that seemed more minor compared to that. Alright, to Caed Nua.
Looks a little healthier than before.
Hey, I'm starting to appreciate it. Oh, training grounds construction completed. Did I just get a new quest? Oh, yeah. Another messenger from the Ducal Palace has arrived in Caed Nua. Chancellor Warren said he'd send another messenger if anything new regarding my disputed ownership of Caed Nua came up. Okay, so there's someone to speak to there. There's also an important... I wonder if that was the important visitor from Defiance Bay. Oh, I want to build something too. Oh, construction started. Okay. I thought it was done. Pardon the intrusion, my lord. Chancellor Warren urgently requests that you meet him in the Charred Barrel in Brackenbury. It's right there. I was just there. Is it about Caed Nua again? I don't know. My apologies, my lord. I am merely a messenger. Perception 15. You notice a bead of sweat trickle from the messenger's brow. Why isn't the Chancellor meeting me at the palace? Perhaps the Chancellor is meeting with you in an unofficial capacity. It happens from time to time. I'll meet with the Chancellor when I can. The messenger bows and leaves.
I trust all is well.
I'm going to ask the steward, is this your keep once?
Not as a land is its lord's, more as a child is its mother's. This castle was my design, you see. The Earl appointed me to do it. I was getting on in years. I knew it would be my only chance to build something magnificent. When it was built, I couldn't bring myself to part from it, to go back to my lonely home. I begged the Earl to let me stay, to take care of it. It was all I wanted, and he granted it. Years later, when Bereth's usher finally came calling, I begged the Earl to find a way to let me remain, and so he did.
Oh, okay. So she wants to be in this chair here. You mentioned an Earl before.
The Earl of Yenwood. The original, in fact, when Deerwood was a colony. He found this site, the only ruin Ere Glanfarth refused to defend, and he believed its wealth would be great. The keep was his way of defending his family's claim, and that claim became his obsession. He had to know what lay beneath. He devoted his life to excavating the ruins below the keep. They had been sealed with rock and soil. Deliberately, it would seem. Years passed, and with them the Earl. He dug his entire life and never found what he sought. His obsession became his sons and his sons' sons. And one day, that young Earl broke through.
And he found the endless paths waiting for him. Yes, an endless maze, incomprehensible in its construction, says the steward. But he would never come to learn more than that. Vile things have taken residence there. Vile and dangerous. They poured up through the keep and slew its residents, the Earl among them.
After that, the keep remained abandoned, unused, wasted. Mayorwall's mastery of this place was the first hope I'd had in 200 years. How I've longed to see it as it once was. I can only guess why all this has happened. I fear I've wronged the gods putting this place here, and they've doomed me to watch it wear away into dust. To witness my own folly.
Are you imprisoned in that throne?
Imprisoned? At times it feels that way, I suppose. But it's more that I reside here. The throne was brought up from the ruins. One of the first things they found. As a last favor to a dying woman, the Earl arranged for me to be moved into it. Audra is an accommodating vessel for a soul. Oh, it's not as confining as it seems. I can feel the whole keep from here, and all things that are tied to it. There's something about this throne and its construction. Or maybe it's something about this place.
I don't have any more questions. Farewell. I don't remember if I had read any of those things before. I apologize if I did. So I think it's just saying the messenger leaves. Yeah. Did I fix the library? Ooh,
Find
okay.
a good epic and a flask of Adira brandy, and I could spend some time here.
All right. Admeth Hadret Part 2. Do I need that one? Oh. That might be the one I already have. Yeah, that's the one I already have. Baratheon Scripture. Read that one. The Many Faces of Bareth. I believe we have read that one. Yes, we have. 10 Years of Dawn. Pretty sure we read that one. Yep. That might have been the first one we read. The Queen That Was and Still Is. That is a Woodican text, which we have read. This map shows the Dyrwood's old colonial borders. A settlement called New Dunrid is marked in the place of present-day Defiance Bay. Yeah, we haven't really got into that, how New Dunrid changed its name to Defiance Bay after the War of Defiance. True stories from the living lands. We'll see how true they are once Avowed comes out, apparently. Yes, okay, we did read it. Psalm to Woodica. Yep, read that one. Adiran Dialects. I think we've read that one. Yep. Daily Affirmations of Focus and Efficiency. We've read that one. I don't think there's anything new in here. The Dyrwood Part 4. Hadret's Rebellion. We have that one. But maybe that means we have Part 3 here. Really looking for that one. Part 5. Part 6. The Great Western Stag. We have read that one, I believe. And yeah, I'm pretty sure we read that one. Part 1. Getting close. Part 2. St. Widewin Farmer Become God. I think we've read that one. So, is this a thing? Does Part 3 not exist? Or is it like really rare? Is there something in there that people don't want us to read? Part 2 is the Broken Stone War. And Part 4 is Hadret's Rebellion. So I wonder if the Cooper's Rebellion is something that people don't want us to read. Or maybe it's just back here. Monsters of the Deadfire Archipelago, read that one. Nostoc Poetry. House Dominel, I believe I've read that one. Yep. Yeah. Development of the Crucible Knights Part 2, Senior Ranks. Okay, so Eighth Asian Prayer, I believe we've read that one. Yep. Well, that's unfortunate. We have a huge library and nothing new to read. Unless these are like books that maybe I actually have access to already that are in here, which is why Part 3 is not in here, or Part 3 is censored or something like that. Oh well. I don't know if there's anything else that we haven't checked out yet. Eastern Barbican, Western Barbican. Bright Hollow is the inn-like place. Main keep. Towers, south curtain wall, west curtain wall. Library, bed in the dungeons. There you go, check out and see what the merchant has.
Hail, traveler.
Probably has some things to sell. Is there a camping supply here? There is. Okay. This is to the barracks, which we have not done yet.
Looks a little healthier than before.
We still have our resting bonus from I forget the name of the inn. In Brackenbury. Actually, we have to go there now. There's Chancellor Warren. Lord Beater, what brings you to Brackenbury? Look around the room. You realize that the charred barrel has gone quiet, and turn to see the last of the patrons quickly disappearing through the front door. A moment later, a group of armed men and women stride into the tavern. Chancellor Warren. Oh dear. The Chancellor quickly ducks behind the table. The woman leading the armed group lowers her cowl with one hand while keeping the other on a pistol tucked in her belt. You immediately recognize Gathbin's captain. Gathbin is the one who is trying to get Caed Nua from us. Now that the sheep have been herded from their pen, you and I can conduct our business, unfortunate as it may be. I remember you. You were with Lord Gathbin at the palace. And I, you, she grins. I'll admit, you seem quite interesting. Alas, duty calls. What do you want? Oh, I think you know. Lord Gathbin has ordered your death. She forces a frown. A shame, really. I admire your exploits, even if only half of them are true. Sadly, I have my orders. Gathbin will lose. You should work for me. Sounds like a good idea. The man is swine, albeit noble, wealthy swine. Her lip curls in feigned disgust. Were I to do it again, I doubt I'd have taken in with him. But what's done is done, and Lord Gathbin is as ruthless as he is arrogant. He'll go to great lengths to avenge a betrayal. What could you offer me to make me consider such a risk? I'm going to say a better life. I'm sure she won't take this. A better life serving an honorable lord. Tempting, but your honor is no match for Lord Gathbin's wrath. Let's get on with this. Okay. The deer's way over there.
Rest up, eh? Yeah, you got your back. Just get cool. Hey.
So this is a tough one. I don't even think I got a single one here. Okay. So I don't know if that was so bad because they are over leveled for me, or because I didn't have the right people there in time, or if it's just unlucky. So let's try it one more time, see what happens. This is a pistol. I feel like I should give that to Kana. Just looking to see if he had, I forget what it's called now, proficiency with pistols, but I can't find anything. Oh, so it would be in the talents, and there was nothing down there. Ancient memory. Okay, yeah. So let's give him the pistol.
Of course.
And try this one more time. But this time, let's come up here. Make all the same choices. So obviously Warren did not actually send us, asked to meet us. Here goes. Actually, let's start with... Let's get that priest. Oh, he's prone, that's why. Okay. See what we got here. We have the priest, a beguiler. We have the captain. We have another priest way back there. All right, aim for the first priest. Okay, so I'm starting to think that these guys are just way too strong for me right now. Okay, one's down. Let's check out some of these. I don't want to do that. Let's do this. Oh wait, I already did that. That priest is still alive. Now he's not. Phew, okay. Let's get the beguiler, actually. I'd rather not lose a deer, but I don't know. There's still a priest back there. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Can we get to them? Okay, nice. Okay, priests are dead. Got shield wardens. Let's get the beguiler. Okay. 2 shield wardens and Captain Emery.
Can't get a good shot with this.
All right. Chancellor Warren. Well, that was unexpected. Warren emerges from beneath his table and smooths the rumpled sleeves of his robe. It does make the strange reports I've received from the Grasp make much more sense in context, however. Go on. Earl Badamar decided to keep an eye on Lord Gathbin's activities. Gathbin has been hiring a lot of men recently, but for what purpose, we can't say. I'd advise you to take an extra precaution at Caed Nua. He may be attempting to place spies or saboteurs within your walls. Be wary, Bjarter. I don't think you've seen Lord Gathbin's endgame yet. He swallows the rest of his ale and gives you a curt nod before heading to the door. Okay, so now we have a quest to return to Caed Nua. So, obviously, Chancellor Warren did not beckon us there. It was just a trap. That messenger was sent there to lure us into this trap here, which, I don't know, suggests that Chancellor Warren is just always here. So it's a little weird that he was here. I guess he's just here no matter when you enter, which is a little bit weird, but still. Yeah, we fell for the trap, but we were able to fight our way out of it. It's also why I'm playing on normal. Like I said, in easy, it got too boring for me. I don't like when I have to really think about a lot of fights, but I do like to do that every once in a while, so that was enjoyable. Alright, so we have a couple level up. We have a bunch of things to pick up here. Nothing unique, though. Is this meat? I think somebody has meat. So you should just put it in here. Okay.
Good.
Okay, a bunch of dead people on the ground here. Wonder if they're going to pick that up. Okay, gonna level up. Oh, before I level up, I want to build our next thing. Let's build the barracks. Especially since now we know Gathman's coming after us, it might be good to have that there. Okay, level up as usual. I'm just going to show the end screen, my choices. So for Adair, I just put my survival up 1. We still had quite a few points left, but I wanted to save them for athletics. No new class unlocks, and I got him a bonus knockdown, so now I have 3 knockdowns per encounter rather than 2. And for Bjarter, I also moved his survival up 1. We got a new 3rd level spell, or maybe it was 4th level actually. Secret Horrors causes enemies in the area of effect to believe their worst fears have been realized, frightening and sickening them for the duration. And our new talent is Draining Whip, which means we focus, regenerate focus more quickly. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for this session. A lot of things happened this session. We visited the ciphers at the Hadret House, I believe. Found out that Penhelm did forge his affidavit that said he had a good soul, but just figured that it wasn't fair that he would be judged for that. And then we got into the next part of our conflict with Lord Gathman over Caed Nua, and we defeated his troops who he sent after us, Captain Emery and the rest of those troops there, which was a difficult fight, but we did it in the end. So thank you, as always, for joining me, and thank you for any type of engagement you have here, likes, questions, comments, those kinds of things. I'd love to hear from you, and we will see you next time in session 23. Thanks again so much for watching, and I will see you then. Bye.